Katrina Brittingham, and co-host the incomparable Dr. The Real Deal Love, Edward Johnson. Sit back and relax while we give you advice and tips on business matters and matters of the heart for busy executives. And now, Katrina and Edward. To success. And we have the incomparable Dr. The Real Deal Love.
Hello, hello, hello.
We are here for our final show of the season. Can you believe it? We
Final.
are
Wow.
we are going into the summer months. So Dr. Love, just like in us and myself and us. Who was us? Just me.
Me, myself, and I.
Are going to take the summer to spend some time with our families, regroup and rejuvenate, and get some great content for you. But you
hmm
will not be alone because we have some replays of the show. Some of you have come to me, it's like, oh, I missed the show. Well, you're going to be able to get the replay, so you have not missed a beat. All right, because
hmm
remember, this is not a podcast, this is online TV. So just like
hmm
you have any other TV shows where you have that season and they have that break, that's what's going to happen. And you'll get to rewatch some things that you may have missed, because the dog was barking that day and needed to
hmm
go for that walk or something like that, or the kids had to go to the soccer game. You'll be able to see that. So the next Monday anyway is Memorial Day, and we will not be shooting. So this is the last show of the week. All right. So we started off last week with the 16 tips for creating a success plan. Yes, I had to change it because we were talking about routines, but I was like, no, this is more than routine. This is being
A
successful
success plan,
in
yes.
your plan. So it's having a
hmm
success plan and how to have that. We started off with number one. Number one was consider your priorities. Number two was make your success plan manageable. Number three was prepare beforehand, and we did not even make it past number three because we had so many tidbits for you. But number
hmm
four is keep it consistent. Okay.
Consistency.
Yes. So try to maintain your plan, your routine, because the routine is a part of the success plan. Try to maintain that each day as you build more habits, because remember, we're going to be adding habits in there. So it's not too overwhelming. As you get your routine down, you can add some things in there. And that's how you build things up. All right. You might find that each part of your routine, from waking up early, making and preparing meals in advance, will become easier the more you do it. All right. Um, while a daily routine may be your goal, remember in the beginning, especially in the beginning, give yourself some grace if you miss a day, because it's going to happen. Remember, this is going to be a trial and error. You're building a routine, you're building a habit. So as you're building those routines and those habits, you're going to have some days where you just don't meet the mark, where you might miss it, where you might oversleep. Don't beat yourself up. Just be like, all right, this is what happened today. What caused me to oversleep? Because maybe I forgot to set my alarm, or maybe I
hmm
was just so beat down, tired from the day. Okay, how much stuff did I have packed in here? Was it too much stuff? And adjust accordingly. We're all
hmm
human. It takes a while to build a routine and a habit that works, and everything like that. So keep it consistent. Even if you mess up a day, try it again the next day, and then the next day, and the next day. Take it from
It's a,
me, it
it's,
does work.
it's a, so what, now what?
Right, right.
hmm
Yep, yep. And a consistent, routine or plan or habit or whatever doesn't have to be the same exactly each day, too. That's what we need to know. Okay. Because your days might be different. Okay. Some people prefer to have the same breakfast over and over. Not me. I'm not that girl. I have to switch it up. I'll get tired of
Mm.
eating it. I have my moments. If I find something I like really well, I might eat that for breakfast, maybe for a month. After that, it's like, okay, now I'm ready to eat something else.
Mm.
Okay.
A variety, a little variety.
It's the spice of life, isn't it?
That's right.
Some people have they like to watch the newsreel or now everything is online. Read the news articles for the day, and everything like that. While others may enjoy a new podcast, hey, a new show, yay! Um, or try a new breakfast item every day. Okay, and that depends on you because again, I mentioned last week that as part of my prep, I would have one of those melt order meal things where you would get the fresh vegetables and your meat and all of that, and you can make it and everything like that, like cook it. It's not already pre-cooked. You can cook it yourself, and everything like that. So that allowed me to have new items every day. If that's not in your budget, do what's in your budget. But things like that can be easier for you where you have the meal actually parsed out. It saves you time and everything like that. It even comes with instructions. I never actually followed the instructions word for word because I just know I'm a chef, so I just put my own spices and stuff.
Hmm.
But if you
You,
need
you,
that'll help you.
hmm.
Number 5 is customize your morning routine to you. Take some things to think about what you do in the morning. Because, like Dr. Love mentioned last week, we all have a routine, whether we call it a routine or not. So, take a look and take stock of your routine. All right. When do you feel prepared for work? When did you do that? If you're a social person, you might include, okay, I'm having a breakfast with my family. Did that go well? Did we all get out the door on time? Let me try to mimic that. If you stop at a coffee shop, what did you do and everything like that to be on time for that? You can include that in your routine. Because the thing about it is you don't have to cut a whole bunch of stuff out. Not necessarily. You may just be modifying, your time. If you know it takes a half an hour at the coffee shop if you get there at a certain time, but if you get there a little bit early, you can be in and out because you just missed the train. The people who are getting off on the train. You might
Hmm.
want to adjust. You still have your morning Java, your shot of espresso or caffeine, and you can still do your day. Okay, so it's about making those little tweaks to help your life run smoother, customizing that. If you're somebody who is introverted, you might want to take some time to do something alone to get your mind together to charge yourself up for the day. Okay. We talked about that. An introvert is not, we can be shy, but it doesn't mean we can't do things, can't be leaders. We just, have to charge up, from within, where extroverts get their charge from without. That's the only difference. Okay. So you might need to do that yourself together for the day. All right. You can also customize your routine for things that are important for your job. What do you need? All right. What items do you need to have? Do you need to answer certain emails or at least look at the email so you can be prepared? If you have meetings throughout the day, um, would exercise in the morning help energize you for that? Or having, again, your morning cup of Java, just making sure you're getting there so you're not late for that first meeting, making the rest of your day late. What do you need for that? All right. If you work a job where you work from home or you're solitary or something like that, you may want to look at the emails, start, thinking about what you need to do to craft the emails and everything like that and writing those to get ready for your day. Just, customize it for you. You're an individual
Hmm.
person. All right. Give yourself enough time. We talked about that before, waking up a little bit earlier, can help reduce stress or rushing around. Or if you do get up early, are there areas where you're wasting time? You know, take a look at that. Number 7, I'm just running through these a little bit quick because we already did a show about it. I want to try to get
Hmm.
through most of these.
Yep.
Um, you might want to avoid your smartphone. And when I say that, I mean waking up, what's going on Twitter today? Ah, oh my goodness, he did that. You know,
Time robber. That's a time robber. Time robber.
I can be guilty of that too. Wake up and be like, YouTube, because I go on
Start
YouTube for work.
scrolling.
I go on YouTube for work, but I start scrolling and I'm like,
Hmm.
oh, that happened. Oh my goodness. Wait, da, 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 da. My guilty pleasure is the celebrity gossip. I don't know how it became my guilty pleasure, but it did.
Hmm.
So they wear me in. So I started getting up and leaving my phone, what a dresser to get the stuff done. And then after I get the stuff done, I come back to that phone. All
Hmm.
right. So you want to avoid that. We already talked about eating breakfast and drinking water. H2O agua. Yes, you need that.
Right.
It is the
Hmm.
ultimate thirst quencher and body cleanser. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
you want to start your day off with the water. It will help you during the day, help you be more clear. Even before that cup of coffee, when you first wake up, you can have a nice cool glass of water, cold if you like it cold. I prefer room temperature; it works for my body better, especially with waking up
Hmm.
and everything like that. Cold water tends to hurt my little tummy. So
Okay.
if you are a
And that's something
cold,
I like cold water.
yeah, some people are.
Hmm.
I've always been
Hmm.
a room temperature
Room temperature.
water person, especially first thing in the morning. I don't know what it is. I think my body's like, look, I still want to be a little comfy, cozy.
Hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
So whatever works for you, having that water to hydrate yourself, you'll be surprised how it helps you stay hydrated during the day. Of course, you want water during the day, but if you start off with that morning cup of coffee, that might dry you out if you haven't had water, because caffeine is a diuretic and it actually dehydrates you. And when you're dehydrated, your brain doesn't function well. Um, so just something for you, to think about. Um, so you can have easy breakfast, excuse me, items. Excuse me. If you like eggs, you can boil eggs, a good amount of them, and then you could just take them out, and everything, put them in a bag to go if have that thing where you have to rush out or something like that, or take it to the job or whatever it is your routine is a quick grab and go. Along with some fruit, like Dr. Love said in the last things, have some fruit. Dice up some cheese and put that in a little bag, and whatever you have for your grain, then you got a well balanced meal on the go that's quick and easy. That's just a suggestion. I know people like different things, but just to give you a
Hmm.
mind of
Hmm.
something. All right. Number 9, if you have a family, you might want to have some time to spend some time with your loved ones before you go about your day. Make sure everyone's okay and everything like that. And, did Johnny do their homework last night? This, that, and the third, and making sure everybody gets what they need. If you don't have any children or your children are grown and you have a spouse or a partner, take some time to have a conversation with them that morning. Trust me, it makes a big difference in your life. Okay. Um, Dr. Love can speak on that. Having that conversation in the morning with the spouse. And
Very, very
number
important.
Yes, yes. And it makes a big difference in the day. If you haven't spoken to them all day, you'll be surprised how much better it makes the day when you just have that, common conversation, especially if y'all build that time in and you're not rushing. Um, how it does wonders for the relationship. Okay. Um, plan plan your day, or you can take some time to meditate. I'm a big planner, but I do meditate as well. Um, Somebody told me that I was very systematic, which I thought was great because people before would just call me anal, and I like
Hmm.
systematic better. Um, but I like to have,
It's kinder,
yeah, it sounds better.
huh?
But I do just like to have my day planned. I have learned that things don't always go as planned, but if you start out having a plan and things go off the rails, it's easier to get back on the rails than if you didn't have a plan at all.
Yeah.
And everything like that. So, we talked about exercising. Again, stretching, exercising does wonders for the day. Again, you don't have to do a heavy cardio class, even if you're just walking 10 or 15 minutes outside in the fresh air or on a treadmill, whatever works for you. It does a lot in the morning to give you some pep because after you exercise, you might feel slightly tired for a while, but you'll find out you'll get this jolt of
Hmm.
energy. And I've talked to a lot of people, and it does work. For me, exercising at night doesn't work because I get so much energy that now I can't wind down for the day. And then by the time I wind down, it's about 4 o'clock in the morning. My alarm's going off at 5. So, again, whatever works for you. Everybody's body is different, but take that time to stretch. Even in the middle of the day, like after lunch, if you're feeling kind of tired, if you get up and walk around for like 10 minutes, that will bring some energy back to you. Just some little keys. Number 12, include things in your day that you enjoy. Even if you're working, even if you're in the office, if you have something that you enjoy in the morning or your commute, if you're commuting, because people are back in the office now, it could be anything from your favorite music to podcasts and everything like that, reading a book, working on a hobby. I used to knit on my way to work sometimes, because it just, something different, something that I enjoyed and things like that. So you can do something like that, provided you're not driving. Like this is train work, commuting.
Okay.
But if you're driving, music, a podcast, something that's not going to take
Listening.
your eyes off the road.
Hmm.
I'm like, Katrina told me to knit.
Hmm.
You just called the 10 car pile up. Don't put that on me. Like I said, use some wisdom. If you're by train, you can knit, you can do whatever, you can crochet,
Exactly.
whatever,
Mm.
read a book or whatever. If you're in your car, podcast,
Do
music,
some listenings.
yes.
Listenings.
It's a great way to start the day, and it does have a great effect on your mood. So again, depending
Yeah.
on what you're looking at, please, don't listen to the tragedy, Shakespeare tragedies on your way to work. Like,
Hmm.
listen to something that's going to give you pep.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Okay.
do. I do audiobooks. I definitely listen to audiobooks while
Yes.
driving. So
Yes.
that's what I enjoy. Hmm.
Excellent. Excellent idea. And if you have something that motivates you for business, you can listen to a business podcast. Me, nope. I'm listening to something fictional. Um,
Hmm.
or my way to work
Well, you
and
said do something you
everything.
enjoy. You said do something you enjoy.
Exactly. Exactly. So remind yourself of the positive things that are happening in your life when it comes to business, when it comes to your family, when it comes to life. So start your day being in a grateful mood, um, because that has an impact on you and how you get through your day. So, and it does
And
work
now
wonders.
that's a good point. I started that a little while ago. Starting each day with gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
Listing. What are you grateful for? So
Mm-hmm.
that's just a great exercise. You can do that while some when I wake up, I don't always get up. Sometimes I lay down and I meditate. I just
Mm-hmm.
kind of like go into gratitude. What am I gratitude? And then I get up and take my walk. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a good thing to do is just, what are you grateful for? We have the complaints, what's not working, but
Mm-hmm.
what's working in your life? What are you grateful for? So that's
Mm-hmm.
just a good point.
And it's always something to be grateful for. You woke up. Some people
That's the
didn't.
start.
When you woke up, you could sit up. Some people woke up and couldn't sit up. You're moving. You were able to, get yourself dressed and things like that. Because sometimes when you think about the little things and realize that not everybody had that when they woke up, that when they went to bed, been able to do those things, but woke up and couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And everything like that. Um, the fact that you hey, if your bills are paid, hey, my bills are paid, yay. There was a time where I, was wondering when the next bill was going, how I was going to pay the next bill. Just different things. As examples. My examples might not be your examples, but hey,
Hmm.
these are examples of like just the small things. And once you start thinking about those things, how it brings your energy up. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, you know, um, Number 14 is finish urgent tasks you have before you have to go to work. Any things that you may have to get done, that you can get done in the morning before you go to work. That's taking care of your children, making sure they fed, making sure they daycare, make sure your animal at the pet sitter if that's what you do. Handling things like, oh well, on my way out the door, I can take out the trash, or my husband hopefully will be taking out the trash. If you have any urgent appointments, maybe a doctor's office visit, maybe having that in the morning before you go to work, but before you start your day, as opposed to trying to leave and rush to get to the doctor's office if possible. Paying bills, so then you're like, hey, wait a minute, I gotta pay the cable bill. Oh man, let me take the time now, or let me take my lunch to do it. If you do it first thing in the morning, like especially now, things are electronic now, and most of, I think everything is electronic because now the companies are saying be paperless.
That's
So in
right.
the morning, I just take the time, like, oh wait a minute, they trust me. They'll send you a text, they'll send you an email. Oh, that's due. Let me just click a couple buttons. Okay, that's off my plate. All right, I feel accomplished.
I don't know what bill
So
you can't pay online. I mean, I don't know. Is
none.
there any bill that you can't pay online? Lord,
None. Like everyone is, and everyone is
every.
paperless. They don't even send you a paper bill anymore. Or if they have to, they actually charge you extra or something like that, or they give you a discount if you something like that. Nobody wants paper anymore.
Hmm.
So that's something that's quick and easy. Number 15, before you go to work, you can or start your day, you can catch up on the latest news. I used to take a couple minutes and just let the news play so I can get the weather and everything, because sometimes I didn't want to watch the news because it might have been bad news in the morning and I didn't want that to affect me. But I
Hmm.
needed to know if it was going to rain later that day.
I
So I
want the
would watch
weather.
that and everything like that. And now we are at 16. And I'm glad I went through these and powered through these because we are almost at the top of the hour. So we're going to take a quick break and then we're going to come back with number 16. And then we're going to get some remarks from Dr. Love because I have been talking for a long time.
We'll be back. We'll be back.
From one-on-one executive coaching to our business building concierge service, Venture Ready helps entrepreneurs, startup executives, and business owners build, scale, and run their businesses using techniques that support stability and long-term growth. Through the Career GPS radio show and High Tea with Me TV program, we promote smart business strategies for the real world. Then, in our one-on-one coaching programs, we help entrepreneurs go beyond the vision board to realize their big vision into a tangible business with a promising future. If you're waiting to feel legit, here's the thing: you have to legitimize yourself. It's time to stop treating your business like a hobby. Get real. It's your career. So let me ask you, are you venture ready?
All right. So, are you venture ready? Are you tired of treating your business or your career like a hobby? Come and contact us. If you want to stop treating it like a hobby, we have the 16 tips continuation of success and creating that success plan. Number 16 is get the challenging things done first when it comes to your business or your career. So, finishing the biggest task, the most challenging task first when you come in can help you move the rest of your day along a little smoothly. All right. So, experiencing some early success also can make you pep you up and make you feel accomplished. and have that. Is nothing like taking that challenging task and ticking it off and saying it's done. All right. So consider viewing each of your tasks to see which ones may take you the most time during the day, or is the largest task that you have to do during the day. All right. So starting with that, I've always done that. I've always kind of tackled the biggest thing, because once you got that done, the easier things seem like they just got done, that much faster. It, like I said, and it makes you feel more accomplished. It motivates you. It makes you more optimistic. You get more done just because you just got that off that high of, dang, I just got that big thing done. So that is the 16 steps. And like I promised, we have about 4 minutes, Dr. Love, so I'm going to let you talk.
Well, I'm going to just say real quick to celebrate small wins. Celebrate your small wins because
Mm-hmm,
you were talking earlier, and in business, oftentimes you're not paying all of the bills. So
mm-hmm,
sometime you start off, you're paying some of your bills.
mm-hmm,
Celebrate that. I'm paying more of my bills.
mm-hmm,
Celebrate that. I'm paying most of my bills.
mm-hmm,
Celebrate yourself. I'm paying all of my. It's a progression. In
mm-hmm,
business, it's a progression because you're generating your revenue, and it's not like you have everything all together all at once. So just celebrate some of your small wins. Pat yourself on the
mm-hmm.
back, and then get back to the business at hand. But do that. Celebrate small wins.
I totally agree. And I will even take it to this. Um, I got my first client. Okay, now I got my second client. Okay, now I have 3 clients altogether.
Hmm.
Now I have 10 clients. I can hire staff. Or, all right, I got my first contract is $5,000. That's an accomplishment.
Hmm.
All right, I got my biggest contract yet. Let's jump it up. Okay, it's $20,000. Yay. Celebrate that. Because a lot of times people's like, oh, a 6-figure business. But guess what? Every 6-figure business started out at a smaller number.
Hmm.
So even if you're not 6 figures after a year, your first year, um, what did you accomplish?
Hmm.
Celebrate that, because then now you have that optimism. You're doing the thing, and next thing you know, you at 6 figures, 6 figures plus, $500,000, $1 million. It takes steps to get there. Trust and believe. Trust me, I've talked
Hmm.
to people who had big businesses, smaller businesses that weren't as small as mine, and the steps that it took, and it did not take overnight to do it. Okay, so don't let somebody else or what they say and how they did it, and maybe they did do it that way, but that's not your path. But celebrate your wins. I totally
Hmm.
agree with that. Celebrate your small wins, because those small wins add up to big wins and lead you to
They
bigger
do.
wins.
They do.
All right. So that was wonderful. Um, thank you so much for joining us. I stated in the beginning, this is the last show of the season, but you will be able to get replays, or replays will be coming out every week. But we will have exciting content for you coming in after the summer. Enjoy the summer with your family. Happy Memorial Day. Happy 4th of July in advance. But we are going to take that much needed rest and come back refreshed with a brand new season just for
Hmm.
you. And I don't think Dr. Love has anything else to say.
Oh, happy summer. Happy summer. Enjoy your summer. Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you for joining us for another episode of High Tea with me. To be a sponsor or a guest, contact us at info@ventureready.net. Thank you again, and we'll see you next time.